What's up guys, Learning with Rich here. In this video, I'm gonna start a new lesson for Revit architecture. So this time, I will be using Revit 2023 so that as we do the exercise, we'll be able to see as well some of the new features in Revit 2023 so that you'll be able to compare that to lower version. Okay, so the first thing that we will be doing is we're going to explore first the user interface of Revit 2023. Okay, so the first time you open the Revit 2023, you'll be able to see this home view. Okay, so this is what you call the home view, wherein you'll be able to see here the tools that you can use to open up a model, create a new project, create or open a family, create a new family, and you'll be able to see here the sample projects that you can use. So you have the systems for MEP, so you have the sample architectural project, you have the structural project, and then you also have here some sample families. Okay, so here, if you have your project saved in the cloud or in the BIM 360, you'll be able to see it here on the Autodesk docs. Okay, so if you have any projects that is saved to BIM 360 and you are included to that project, you'll be able to see it here on the Autodesk documents. It's just so happened that currently I have no projects in this Autodesk docs account yet. Okay, now here is my recent files. Here you'll be able to see the recently opened projects or created project and recently opened families or created families. And another new thing that you will be noticing in Revit 2023 is the icon. So this is the new icon of your Revit 2023. It's different from 2022 below. Okay, now to further explore the user interface of Revit 2023, I'm gonna open. Okay, by the way, if you're gonna click this one, you will be closing the home and then you will be going to the project. If you have a project open, it's just so happened currently I don't have a project open, that's why it's blank here. But if you have a project open, you'll be able to see it here. And then if you're going to click that back, you'll be going to home window, or you can press Control D on your keyboard for the shortcut. Okay, can click that. And shortcut for open is Control O, basic, Control O. You'll be able to open that. So let's say I'm gonna open the exercise for the user interface. Okay, so another thing that you will notice here on the right side, you'll be able to see here the current version of that file that you are trying to open. So you can see here it's Revit 2019. So once you select that and then open it, expect that it will gonna be upgraded to Revit 2023. So once you save the file to Revit 2023, you will not be able to open that in lower version. Just remember that. So if you are not sure, you can open the project, but if you want to save that one, so make sure you save as. Okay, and also here below you can see the file types that you can open. Once you select the open here or Control O, you can open RBT file or the Revit project. You can open up Revit family, Autodesk file, or Revit template. So right now we are opening a Revit project or RVT. All right, so let's open up this one and let's explore the user interface. Like what I have said, since it is Revit 2019, it is now updating or upgrading to Revit 2023. Okay? Right, so let's wait for this. Okay, and then you will see this information that some annotations, schedules, view templates, filters, and views related to analytical elements may be modified or lost during the upgrade process. So take note of that this happens when you are trying to upgrade a file. So let me just close this one. All right. Okay, a little more. Okay, so this is now our sample project. So what I'm gonna do is here you can see the properties window. So it is combined with my project browser. So here's my project browser and then here's my properties. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to drag this properties window to the right like that. Release the left click and then I'm going to hold the left click again to this area and then I'm gonna drag it here to dock it. Okay, I can't dock. Okay, so make sure it looks like that to dock your properties properly. And then if you're going to pan your drawing, so you can just hold the middle button of your mouse and then you can move your mouse to pan your drawing just like the previous version. And then you can also scroll or move forward or backwards your wheel button to zoom in and zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out. Okay, you can pan your drawing. Now, let's explore our user interface. To those who are just starting to use Revit, so this is the user interface. So the first thing that you're seeing here is the top portion here. So this is the, of course, this is the version of the Revit that you're using, 2023. And then you can see here the name of the project and then the name of the view that is currently open. All right, so that is your title. And then here you can see your Autodesk username. So make sure you sign in. You can click that. So you can go to the account details to check out your account. And then you can also check out the license, explore the purchase options, privacy settings, and then you can sign out and quit your Autodesk product. And then you can also go to here for you to be able to open the Autodesk App Store. If you want to install some add-ins to Revit, you can explore this one to check out some of the add-ins, and then you can also select this one for help, or you can press F1. This one is search. If you want to search, you just select this one and it will open up the help window. All right, so here at the top right, top left, sorry. So this is the icon of your Revit. If you click that, you will be able to restore it, minimize, maximize, or close. Okay, and then like what I have said earlier, this is your home button. If you click that one, you will be going to the home window. If you click again, you will be going back to the project that you are working on. Okay, so here at the top, by the way, by default, this area here, your quick access toolbar. Remember, this area is what you call quick access toolbar. By default, the first time you open Revit, it is located here at the top. It's just so happened that I always place my quick access toolbar below. So if you want to place that back again at the top, you can just click this arrow here and then you can select show above ribbon, because this area here is what you call the ribbon. Okay, now if you want to move it back again below, which is I prefer, that's my preference, I just need to click this drop down arrow again and then I'm gonna select show below the ribbon, and there you go. Okay, now so let us familiarize ourselves. So again, this is our home, Revit home, and then our file tabs. So these are the tabs or ribbon tabs. Okay, remember that. So those are the ribbon tabs. So every tabs corresponds to different tools. Like for example, if you are working on structural modeling or designing, so you should go to the structure tab. So here you'll be able to see the tools for structural modeling or designing. So if you're working on architectural, you can go to architecture tab, so you can see these tools. If you're working on MAP, you can go to the systems tab here, etc., etc. If you want to put some notes or annotation or dimensioning to your project, you can go to annotate and explore the tools here to annotate your project. Okay, so basically this is your ribbon tab, or tab, simply tab. Okay, now another thing is This is your quick access toolbar. Quick access toolbar. So on the quick access toolbar here, you can see it contains a set of default tools. So you can customize this toolbar to display the tools that you use most often. So let's say, for example, you use the wall tool. So you can go to architecture, and then this wall, you can right click that, and then you can select add to quick access toolbar. So you can now access the wall on your quick access toolbar. So even if you are on the annotate tab and then suddenly you want to create a wall, so you don't need to go to architecture tab again. All you have to do is to go to your quick access toolbar because you already added it there. Okay, so you can customize your quick access toolbar. Okay, so you can click this drop down arrow. So let's say, for example, you don't want to show the open, so you can just select that one to hide that. So as you can see, there's no open icon here anymore. So just click again, and then you can select the open and it will show again. So that's how you customize. Very simple. Okay, so if you want to remove tools, so let's say, for example, you want to remove the wall tool, just right click that, and then you can select remove from quick access toolbar. And then you can also see other options here. Okay, so remove from quick access toolbar. There you go. All right, so another part of your quick access toolbar is your options bar. This area here is what you call the options bar. Currently, our options bar is blank, like what you are seeing here. Options bar is blank. So why is that? So this options bar that is located just below our ribbon, so it displays conditional tools dependent to the current tool or selected element. So meaning to say, it will only populate if you select a command or tool. Like for example, I'm going to click the wall tool. When I click that, it will now show the options for that particular tool for the wall. So these are the options for the wall. If you are going to escape to terminate the command or select modify to terminate the command, it will now disappear. The options will disappear because you already terminate the command. Okay, so it displays conditional tools dependent on the current tool or selected element. So like for example, here on my 3D view, if I select this wall, so as you can see, okay, so when I select this wall, there's no options here. Okay, so how about this door? So there's no option. Okay, so let us select this topo surface, no option. How about this floor here? How about this one here? Okay, so there's no option. How about this floor? There's no option, but as you can see, the color is changing every time I select. It just so happened that these elements that I'm selecting doesn't have any option when I select it. So how about this one? No. This one? No. This one? No. How about the roof? No. Okay, so there's no option. So that's good. So there's no option whenever I select these elements. But there are some tools that when you select, you'll be able to see the options here on the options bar. And just like your quick access toolbar, let me just terminate my selection by selecting modify or escaping twice. Okay, so just like your quick access toolbar, you can also move your options bar. So currently it's here on the top, so you can actually move it here below. Just right click the options bar, and then you can select dock at bottom. Just click that, and you will now be able to see it here. Okay, so that's why do not worry if there are some instances that you can't find your options here. Whenever you select the wall tool, for example, there's no option. Okay, so do not worry. Maybe it's just so happened or accidentally you have moved down your options bar here below. Okay, so it's just here below. So I'll just terminate the tool. Just right click the options bar, dock at top. And there you go. So you can dock it at top. All right. So another part of your user interface is type selector. Where's that? Here on the properties. So let's say, for example, I'm going to select this door here. Click that door. So as you can see, the properties will tells me what is that category. So that category is door. Okay. So if I select this wall here, so that category is wall. So if I select this one, what's this? So the category is also wall. So let's say I select the door here. So this is your type selector. So meaning if I click the drop down arrow, I'll be able to select here the type of that door that I would like for that particular door. So I can change from here, from the type selector. Okay, so let's say I'm gonna change it to this one. So it will change. There you go. So that's how you change the property of your selected element. So from the type selector. Okay, so let me just escape again to terminate the tool. So after you escape without objects being selected, your properties here will gonna becomes view properties. So you call this view properties. Why? Because it shows you the property of the view. Like for example, you want to know what is the name of this view. So just check out the property. So you can move the slider down and then look for identity. Okay, so the name of that view is 3D, right? And you can find it here as well. So 3D. So you can use the properties to check out the property of this view here, which is 3D, the name of the view. As long as you do not select any object. Because if you select an object, like for example, I select the door again. So this is not view properties anymore. So this is an instance properties. So meaning to say, the properties shows you the property of the selected instance or the selected object. So when I select this one, it tells me this. So that the level of that door is on the ground floor, the seal height is 0, etc., etc. So this is your instance properties. Remember the terminology. If you escape without selecting any object or elements, the properties is view properties. So like for example, what's the scale of this view? Okay, just make sure you don't have selected elements and then check out the properties. You can see the scale here. Oh, so that's a 1:20. So what's the discipline? Oh, the discipline is architectural. Okay, so this is your view properties. All right. So what else? So that's your properties palette. So by the way, if you close your properties palette, that's all right. If you want to open it again, just right click at the blank space and then just select properties. Okay, that's it. So right click, properties, right click, properties. So that's your properties palette. Okay, so another important interface of Revit is the project browser. Okay, so the project browser shows a logical hierarchy for all the views, schedule. If you have a schedule, that's the schedule. And then sheets, if you have sheets, groups, and other parts of the current project. So as you expand, you can expand that like that, and you can also collapse it. Okay, you can right click at the blank space and then you can expand all like that, or you can collapse all. Okay, so there is a branch here. So the branch is floor plan. You can expand that. You can see the views here. So you have the ground floor. You can double click that, and then there you go. So there's now your ground floor. So new feature in Revit 2023 is this box here. So in 22 version below, Revit 2022 version below, you will not be able to see this feature because this is for 2023 version. So what does this one signify? So it signifies if the view is inserted in a sheet. So this white color will turns to blue color or cyan color if this view is inserted inside the sheet. For example, we have a topic of creating sheet, but let me just quickly show it to you. So I'm going to create a sheet here. I'll just select OK. And then I'm going to insert one view. Let's say, for example, ground floor. I'm going to drag it inside. So what you will notice, the color is changed now to that color. So meaning to say, ground floor is already inserted inside the sheet. Okay. So let me just delete this one. That's not our topic. I'm just trying to show you this feature in Revit 2023. So whenever you insert a certain view inside the sheet, this color becomes colored blue. So if it is not yet inserted inside the sheet, so the color is white here. So you can right click this. If you do not want to show that view placement on sheet status icon, just click this one and it will just go back to the view where we are used before. Okay, so this is how it looks like before in lower version in Revit 2022 below. But if you're gonna if you wanna show the view placement on sheet status icon, just click this one. There you go, which is very useful. At least you're not going to guess what are the sheets that is already inside the or what are the views that is already inside the sheets. So no need for you to search from the sheets here in order for you to check the views that is already inserted in the sheet. You just need to check out the color here. Okay, anyway, let me just remove this one and delete the sheet. Okay, so there's our project browser. Again, if you accidentally close the project browser like that, so you just right click again and then just select your project browser, because project browser is very important in your view. Okay, so it's like the table of contents of your project. So here you can open the sheet, the schedule in your project, the groups you can use and drag inside the project. You can also see here the families that is created that you can use, the schedules, that one. If you want to open the schedule, let's say door schedule, so you can see the schedule here. If you have an area plan, so you can open up the area plan. If you have a section view, so basically you can open the views on the project browser, which is very useful. All right, so that is another part of the user interface. So we have the properties palette, so we have the project browser. Okay, so what are the other part of the user interface? So you see this part here, this area here, this is what you call the status bar. Okay, so this is your status bar. So the status bar provides tips or hints on what to do. So basically, when you highlight an element or component, let's say, for example, I'm gonna highlight this one. So what happens? See? Check this one out. Okay, I'm going to hover my pointer. So it will tell you what is that. So Revit will tell you what is that particular object that you are highlighting. So it's a floor wood truss joist 300 carpet finish. So in case you don't know what is that, all you have to do is to hover your pointer. You don't even need to click that. No need to click. Okay, no need to click. You just need to hover your pointer to highlight it. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. So usually what I do here is I go to my options because I do not want the color default. I go to options and then user interface. On the graphics, I changed the selection here. So instead of blue, because as you can see, pre-selection is blue as well. So I'm going to change the selection. I want that to be red so that every time I click an object or instance, it will turn to red. And for the pre-selection, meaning for the pre-selection, you are just highlighting the object. You're just hovering over the element. So I can change that to green or whatever color that you would like. I prefer green. That's it. Oh, by the way, if you want to change the background to black, you can click that, change to black. Okay. Okay. So if you are used to AutoCAD, you can change that also to black. But anyway, let me just go back again here and then change the graphics background to white. White. Okay. And then as you can see, as I hover my pointer, it becomes green, right? If I click that, it becomes red. So at least I have an idea if the object is selected or just highlighted. Now going back, so this is our options. This is our status bar. So meaning I hover my pointer, the status bar tells me what is that. If I select a command here, like for example, wall, again, read your status bar. So click. Oh wait, it's not working. Oh, okay. So I'm on the section view. Let me just go to the floor plan, ground floor. Okay, and then I'm going to select the wall tool and then read the status bar. So now it tells me click to enter wall start point. So it will tell you what to do next. So that's the importance of your status bar. Okay, so I can click now. So if I click, so what does it say? So enter wall endpoint. So you can press the space, it will flip the orientation. So if I zoom in like that, so if I press the space bar, as you can see, it changes the orientation, right? Because that is what the status bar is giving us a tip on how to create your wall. So if I click again, so again, it will tells us to pick another point until you are done placing your wall. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to select modify again to terminate the tool. I'm gonna select this wall and then I'm going to delete that. I don't need that. Okay, so basically that's your options bar. Your status bar, sorry. So again, if you don't know what is this, just hover your pointer. Do not select, just hover and then Revit will tell you, oh, that's a furniture, chair, desk. Okay, so that's your status bar. Okay, so what else? So what are the other important part of the user interface? So we also have here the view control bar, this area here. This is what we call the view control bar. So this view control bar, it provides quick access to functions that affect the current view. Meaning, so these are the tools that you can use to modify the property of your current view. Let's say, for example, this is my current view, my ground floor. I want to change the scale of this. So I can change from here. So I can click that. So let's say I want 1:50. There you go. Okay. This only affects my current view because if I go to other view, their scale is remain. Doesn't change because your view control bar only affect the property of your current view. Okay, so just remember this is your view control bar. So we have a separate topic to explore some of the tools here on our view control bar. So what I'm just telling you is that this view control bar provides quick access to functions that will affect your current view. Okay, so here you can change the detail level, the visual style, the sun, path, shadow, crop view, temporary hide, reveal, etc. etc. All right, so that's your view control bar. Okay, so hopefully you can still absorb. Okay, so what else? Of course, this area here, this is our drawing area. Okay, so that's our drawing area. And then this area here is the ribbon. This is the ribbon. This is your ribbon tab. And then this is your ribbon panel. So like, for example, this is the build panel, circulation panel, model panel. If I go to system, so this is your mechanical panel, plumbing and piping panel. And you can see there's a division line there. So that's the boundary, for example, of my plumbing and piping. You see that division line. So that's the plumbing and piping panel. Okay. So what else that you need to know. Okay, so you will also notice if I select, let's say, for example, I go back to architecture, I select a wall again. Aside from the options bar, you can also see that there's an additional tab that appears whenever you select a command or you select an object. So this is a contextual tab. So just like your options bar, a contextual tab on our ribbon, it provides tools relevant to the selected object or current action that you are doing. Okay, just like your options bar. So I'm gonna cancel that. Your contextual tab will gonna disappear, right? But if I select here an object, like for example this door here, if I click that, or this is specialty equipment, so as you can see, the contextual tab there appears. And then you have this contextual tab panel. Okay, so I'm gonna select modify to terminate. So let's say I'm going to select this grid here. So as you can see, there's the modify grids contextual tab, and then you have an option there, or you have a tool that you can use for that selected instance. Okay, so modify to terminate it. All right, so basically these are the basic user interface of Revit 2023. Same with the lower version of Revit. It just so happened I'm using Revit 2023. And also, every time you open a view, it piles up the view here. So this is the view that you have open. So let's say you want to go to ground floor. Of course, you can just double click that, or you can just select it from here. It's just so happened I already opened a lots of view. That's why I can just click this drop down arrow to see the other views that I have opened, like for example the ground floor. There you go. And as you can see here on the project browser, it's highlighted compared to the other views that is not currently open. Your open view here on your drawing area is highlighted here on the project browser. Okay, so if you want to close all of these views that you have open except the current view that is open, you can just select this icon here, close inactive views. So if you click that, it will close the other views that you have open except the active view. All right. Okay, so basically that is the user interface of Revit. So hopefully you learned something from this video. Let's continue this on our next lesson. So hopefully you'll be able to absorb some of the topics that we have discussed on our day 1 of Revit 2023 lesson for Revit architecture. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.